What made you want to be trans? Who the hell wants to be trans? What is up, YouTube? It is Hayden here. So on Instagram, I asked you guys to ask me questions probably a few weeks ago, just like ask me anything. And then yesterday I put up a question box asking me LGBT and trans related questions. So I have them all here. There's a lot of questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started and try and get right through this. What made you want to be trans? Who the hell wants to be trans? I don't want to be trans. I am. I was just born in the wrong body. Like, how fucking unfortunate. Like, nobody wants to be trans. Nobody wants to pay thousands of dollars just to get things fixed or go through hormone replacement therapy. Like, we all wish we were born the gender that we feel, but we're not. So we're trans and it sucks, but you have to try and find the positive out of it. So hope that answers your question. What is your major? What are you going for in college? Trying to get an Associates of Arts degree. I'm trying to get into like film, stuff like that. Still not 100% sure, but I'm still figuring it out. How tall are you and how old are you? I am 5'5". I know I'm short. And I'm 19. What's it like interacting with people in your life on a daily basis whilst transitioning? It's honestly not as hard as it used to be because I pass more now, which is great. I still have uncomfortable situations, like when I'm out and about and I have to use my legal name and then, you know, the other person just looks very confused, like that's definitely a girl's name. But at my pharmacy, whenever I go to pick up my testosterone, it's usually the same girl who checks me out whenever I go to pick up my tea. And she asked if she could put Hayden in the system instead of my given name because it would make everybody feel comfortable. So that was very nice. I wasn't expecting that. CVS serves a lot of other people, and then they just remembered me coming in and they were just like, yeah, we'll just put Hayden in the system. Obviously you have to sign things with your legal name until you get it changed. I'm like, yep, no, 100% understand that, but that's awesome. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's definitely gotten better. I think it only goes up from here. Sydney, how are you such a badass? You know, that's just how I was created. Not much there. How long did it take for you to come out and were you afraid to? Oh my gosh, yes. I was so afraid to come out. I came out as gay whenever I was 15. And then I came out as trans. Came out as Hayden whenever I was 18. So last year. I was terrified. I'll have to make a whole video on that someday explaining because there's so much that goes into it. Are there any negative side effects you've noticed being on tea? Honestly, just the voice cracks. They're just very annoying. I can't laugh or talk loudly without it cracking. So that's probably a negative. What are some ways to cope with unsupportive family members? Just know who you are and know that it's gonna get better. So what I've learned from my family is they still love you, but support definitely comes later, and it's a matter of them understanding or them wanting to understand more about someone's sexuality or gender. So it's a process, but I'd say time heals. Give it time. That's pretty much the only thing you can do. And while you're waiting, just focus on everything good going on around you. That's really what's gonna help you. What is your most memorable fan meeting? You, Brandy, because I flew from Florida to Ohio. That was already in my plans, but so if you guys haven't seen the video where I surprised Brandy, it's down in some of the videos. You'll find it. I think it's Christmas surprise or something. Yeah, I went. I talked to Brandy's girlfriend 2 months before, and she asked if I could surprise Brandy, and I was just like, yeah, let me figure out my schedule whenever I'm up there for Christmas, and we'll figure it all out. So we figured it out, and I drove a little ways away, and I surprised Brandy and Bree, and we all hung out, and it was a good time. So that's my most memorable fan meeting. So did you come out, or did you not see a point to? I definitely had to come out. Nobody would really understand, and it's hard to not come out because you just want to be you, and staying in the closet's no fun. So I did see a point in coming out and educating my family on the topic. Favorite place to go to in your free time? By the way, I love you so much and you're inspirational. I love you so much. Thank you. Favorite place to go in my free time is the beach. I do have a lot of free time now because I'm not currently working. I've been applying to jobs like crazy though. But whenever I do have that day and it's nice, I'll go to the beach or I'll go longboarding. So yeah, that's what I do in my free time. How did you come out to your parents? The first time, my mom asked me if I was gay, and then I had to tell my dad whenever he got home from work that night. It was a shit show. I was crying. There was a lot of tears. And then, yeah, the second time I came out, still a lot of tears. It was more intense. And like, you still have to continue coming out. It's very annoying. The process doesn't stop because like new people you meet or new friends or new partners, you have to kind of explain to them, you know, oh, how can you come out to your parents? Just talk to them, sit them down, talk to them, tell them that this is who you are and that you'd be happy to help educate them and help them understand more of what you're going through instead of just throwing it at their face because they won't understand it and they'll quickly make judgments. So sit them down, talk to them, give them sources if they feel like learning more about it. They're most likely still gonna love you either way. So do you think chubby girls are cute? I think people of all shapes and sizes are cute. Any advice on coming out? Come out when you're ready and when you're in a safe place and you know nothing bad's gonna happen, like you're not gonna get kicked out. I would first try and test the waters a bit, try and get your family or friends' views on the LGBT community, and just tell the people you feel safe around. But definitely don't force your way out because you have so much time to figure out who you are. Don't feel like, oh, I thought of this, now I have to come out. No, you can definitely think about it. If you want to tell them, go ahead and tell them. Just make sure you're safe. There's a lot of questions asking how did you figure out you were trans. I'll have to make a different video on that. That's a long story. When you first got the T-shot, did it hurt more? Did it hurt or were you more anxious than anything? My very first T-shot, they did it in my ass and it didn't really hurt. It just felt weird because I'd never gotten a shot in my ass before, so that was strange. Whenever I did it my first time, there's actually, in my 1 month video, I talked about that experience, how I poked myself and how I couldn't get in. I was freaking out because my friend was here. But like now I do them and I just listen to music and try and relax my legs so it's not tense and then I inject myself. It's pretty simple. If you want to watch a video of me doing my T-shot, it is my most recent video out there, so feel free to watch that. What do you do if your friends become negative after you come out to them? Drop them. Good God, you don't need those negative people in your life. That was like a self-explanatory question, but sometimes people can't see that. Your true friends will be there for you. A lot of people tend to have fake friends who pretend like they're there and they support you, but they'll turn their back on you and it sucks. But you don't need friends who are gonna treat you differently or act out in a negative way towards you or around you. You don't need that. Find new friends. Would you have a long distance relationship with someone? I have before. I would. It really depends on the person. Can you be mac and cheese? I have no idea. How do you explain what gender dysphoria is? Gender dysphoria is the disconnect between your mind and your body. So it's not, a lot of people get this confused with body dysmorphia where they just don't like an aspect of their body and it makes them feel uncomfortable, like somebody's weight or height. There definitely is height dysphoria and social dysphoria, physical dysphoria, like you know that there's a disconnect, like you were either born female or male and you know that you're the other, like you feel that you're the other because you have that disconnect. That's what gender dysphoria is. That there's many definitions. And I'm just gonna put my opinion out there right now because I get asked this a lot. Do I believe people need gender dysphoria to be trans? I do, because if you didn't have dysphoria, what would make you want to transition in the first place, you know? Yeah, that goes with that question. How much does it cost to have bottom surgery? No idea. Have had no desire to look into that because I've seen results and I'm not happy with them, so I don't want to risk that. If I wasn't able to pack, I'd be more dysphoric, but that really helps. The most dysphoria I have is around like social dysphoria, so like my voice and how people perceive me, and my chest gives me the most dysphoria right now. So I'm focused on getting top surgery, and until there are better results for bottom surgery, then I'll look into it, but I have no idea what it costs. I know Justin Blake's is like very expensive. If you guys want to donate to him, go to his Instagram and the link is in his bio. How to tell a girl you like who likes you back you're transgender. How to tell a girl you're transgender who likes you? Just sit down and talk to her, you know? Just explain. Say it doesn't make you any less of a person. This is just, you're different, and that's okay. And if she doesn't accept that, not the right one for you. How do you forget about your body, meaning being in a girl's body but feeling like a boy? I don't forget it. I know that my sex assigned at birth was female, so I have female reproductive system in my body, and the only thing I was born with was a male brain. So I never forget that, but since I've been on testosterone, I've been feeling more and more like a guy. Like before, I thought like, you know, it's really strange, the mental changes that happen while you're on testosterone. Some people talk about it, some don't. But before, like, you know you're a guy in your mind, but testosterone is just super reaffirming, and it changes a bit, and you start to think even more like a guy. Like, I can't even explain it to you. It's just like, there's other people out there who have better explanations in their videos, but yeah, I don't really forget the meaning. Okay, nope. Okay. How did you initially transition your preferred pronouns? Is it essential to coming out again? For me, it was essential. Everybody's coming out is different, obviously. I made it very clear to my friends and family that I wanted to be called Hayden or HJ if they weren't used to calling me Hayden, if they didn't feel comfortable with that yet. But no longer refer to me using she, her pronouns, because it just made me very, very dysphoric and uncomfortable. So yeah, I basically just told them that, and it takes time. Most of my friends and family are starting to get it now, which is good. So yeah, for me, it was essential to let them know that like my pronouns needed to be switched, so that I didn't, like, if I hear she and her thrown at me, I don't even associate with that, because I could never see myself as a female. Like, it just makes no sense to me. It sounds very weird. My friends around me, my roommate cringes anytime she hears she, her thrown at me, or my given name. It's a very uncomfortable thing. How do you become comfortable with yourself? A lot of self-care and self-love. There's a lot I hate about myself, but when I try not to focus on those negative aspects and I focus on, well, what are the good aspects that I have? And I focus on those and try to better those, and it kind of knocks down the negative ones. So I don't try to focus on the negative ones, because then you just end up spiraling. You know, you just start to become more confident. Just don't care what people think of you. That's really it. If you care about every little thing somebody says, you're not going to be happy. You're just going to dwell on whatever they say, and then you're going to apply that to yourself. So tell yourself good things and reaffirm yourself all the time, and you start to become a little bit more confident. It'll happen. Yeah, those are all the questions I have for you guys today. That was a lot. I tried to answer the questions to the best of my knowledge, so if you guys have any more specific questions, you can ask them in the comments below, and I always read the comments, so I'll go through, read them, answer them. If it needs to be more in depth, I'll make a video about it. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope to see you guys in the next. Please hit that bell to turn on my post notifications, hit that like button, and please subscribe. Goodbye.